What's good, yo? Dutchy here again, and I'll show you in this video how I found Steampunk City, aka Iron City, because I haven't seen a lot of videos made on tutorials pretty much farming it, so a lot of people have had questions on how they can set up a farm to grind out mechanical parts with a time machine, or cubes at the same time, or whatever. So in this video, I shall be showing you how I do it. Now, just for reference, I'm gonna say this now. This won't get you a hell of a lot of parts, like obscenely a lot of parts, but what it will do is it'll give you enough to where you can use the time machine, and you can AFK it if you like, or you can actually set it up to help you farm while you kill zombies to get more. So I mean, do with it what you will. I'm just gonna show a tutorial of how I set it up. You know? Now I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna go to the portal to get into the Iron City. For this video, you're gonna need obviously spike traps. You're gonna need poison darts. You're gonna need pretty much bounce pads if you want to get there quicker. Also, chillers if you're gonna AFK, and you're gonna need speed pads if you're gonna AFK. Or bounce pads if you don't want to use speed pads. Alright, so first thing you want to do is pretty much make your way over to the ship in Iron City. Whoa, I just did like a 360 on that. Oh, I think I already have a trampoline set up here, so it makes it easier for me to get there. So basically, I'll show how many parts I have now. And then after I set up the farm, I'll show you how many I have, that way you guys can kind of see. Right now I only have 73 of them, the Vinditex. Obviously I stocked up quite a bit of Sleek for now, but not anything crazy, only 4K. I prestige, so a lot of my stuff is low. So try to like bear with me here, you know. I'm not all properly set up like I was. So once you make your way over to the ship, what you want to do is... Whoa. See how they all come to this bridge pretty much right here? What you want to do is you don't want to put this floor piece down right here yet. You want to save that kind of for last. That way you don't have to worry about them flooding on you when you're trying to build. See how like when you walk over your building mode exit, you kind of want to stay against the boat. Right against the boat, it'll let you build. Like right against this right here. Or right here. Anywhere inwards behind this point you can build. Now there's some tips and tricks that help a lot with this, if you know like the proper mechanics of like where it lets you build, or how you can build, which I will show you. Pretty much I trap around the whole boat, because when Blood Moon happens, even though you don't get mechanical parts from Blood Moon, the kills do give you a lot of like Q parts and XP and stuff, although there is a cap. But more or less I trap around the whole boat first. And to see how this goes through the window into the floor, sometimes zombies will come in here to try to hit you, and those will kill those as well, so it's kind of beneficial. Or at least I think so. But more or less I make it like 4 wide over here. I try to go along over here with these real... See how the zombie just came through that wall? That's weird. I've never had that happen before, but sometimes they do glitch through. It's weird. But alright, usually I go one past the end of the platform pretty much, or 2 past it, just so that you have a little extra room to get around. And what you want to do is you want to put walls on this one right here along the way, the whole way. Actually, no, I lied, I'm sorry. You want to put them over here, but let me lay these down. You can have those too, but usually I use the back walls for like Blood Moon zombies when they come flooding out. So you see how that trap just killed a bunch of them? As long as you don't get past a certain point, you can build. This, you have to be like right against the edge of this. It lines up with the boat. But you want to line up with this side of the boat right here. So I'm just going to delete these walls. Forget I said that. Don't worry about these, you know. I will set up the back walls later probably. Show you guys. I mean, it's not necessarily like mandatory that you have to set up the back walls, but it does help a bit. But I do like to stand on this side, because on this side you don't have to worry about the no build blocking you from like, trying to set it up. How does a brute just walk through stuff? Like, okay. I've never seen them walk through this much. That's weird. Anywho, want to finish up setting up your traps and stuff, you know. We'll go along the boat side, but don't put that one piece down so, you know, kind of leave it empty. Where am I getting hit from? Like, these lobas are annoying. Make sure you line up this wall all the way down as it lines up with the fence, the fencing area, the little steel fence right there across from us. You want to keep going the whole way, you know. Look all the way down against the boat, and you'll be able to put the wall as long as you're facing all the way down with your camera, if you can't do it normally. And over here I do the same thing as the other side. I go one past it pretty much, or two past it, just to give myself a little extra footing. Now I know a lot of people probably do a little bit of the same process that I do, but I do something different towards the end that I haven't seen too many people do, and I will explain as I get there. But what you want to do, like I said, that shockwave launcher, I just made him go flying. Whoops. Let me get off the shockwave launcher before I make myself go flying. So even this one I usually use because it's like lined up with the corner a little bit. But what you want to do is you want to take out your poison darts. You get the poison darts. And, well, let me get into the build section because it doesn't let me select it, I guess, without it. Which is kind of weird. You should be able to at least select the trap, although you can't use it. Alright. Poison dart this whole side of the wall that's facing the fence. You see how it's going off already? That's going to be one of your helpful things. Although poison darts aren't 100% like strong like the spike traps that insta-kill usually. But I didn't even do that. But what they do is, over time they do a lot of damage to zombies. They aim intense, but like the poison residually hits over time. You want to be able to put it on the wall. If you aim at the boat, it won't highlight on the wall. So you want to actually look at the wall piece to be able to put it on properly. Like I said, I'm going to save that one panel for last. So I'm not going to really do too much over here with it yet. But if you can always save that one for last too with the trap if you don't want to kind of angle your camera to put it on right now. You can wait until you put that floor piece down, then just kind of hurry up and put that one on. Or you can just do it how I did it pretty much. You just kind of like have to angle it properly. So if you go all the way down with these, get every wall on this side. As you can see on the right side, it's already farming some parts. It's giving me like vendor tech parts in cubes. Like I said, it's not going to be an abundance of parts, but it's better than nothing, you know. Especially if you want to AFK or something. Or even if you just want to kill them to get parts. I mean, you can kill them on this side and the poison spikes and like the regular spikes will help you. There is also one other part that do it, but I'll show you that after, like the building mode I mean. So, now this is the tricky part, okay? Basically what you have to do is, right where you stop building, it's like right here, you want to stand on this tile, like right in front of the crack. And what you want to do is you want to face a little bit off that tile and spam the button for the floor piece. And it might take you a few tries because it might exit because of the building where you can build and can't build. Right against the wall pretty much I stand and I just kind of like walk away from the wall and spam it. but you just have to angle it right. If it doesn't work, if you don't see the floor piece highlight, you just kind of have to like keep trying it and test it so you can get it to go. I don't know why that one's not working. Okay, so apparently it changed that you can't put the floor pieces down over that for some reason. I don't know why. You used to be able to. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. That's not the part you need them on, so it's not a big deal. But the ones you do have, for example, it just shows you that you can actually build past where you're not supposed to, in a way. Yeah, that's weird. I never seen that happen. It was letting me do it the other day. But it's alright, like I said, alright, so here, kind of want to try to, wait, you can't put them in the house anymore either? Huh. Okay, on this side, this is where it matters. You see how there's a gap? These guys don't stop hitting you, you know, they're annoying. I don't know why they glitch through walls, that's so annoying. Alright, so you see how there's a gap between the railing and this one? Pretty much some of the zombies will try to come at you and then jump over, so you don't want that. So pretty much what you want to do is, kind of want to place floor pieces all along here and get them over here. This is the important part to put them. The other side is not really important, it's just kind of like a secondary setup I do, just to get a little bit extra of parts or reinforce. Pretty much like zombie kills, you know. See like how it's taking me a minute, sometimes it glitches out and it doesn't let you place it easily, and you just gotta keep messing with it until you can get it. Just gotta, you know, angle it a little bit, try it until you can get it. You just gotta tap the button fast enough in the right area to get it. It's annoying, but it's beneficial, believe me on that. Now you see how there's zombies on the top part of that? Those will not get hit by the poison dots too well. So I do another thing to add another set of traps to hit them, and I will show that after I finish this. Sometimes when the zombies come in from that last piece we put down, they'll destroy this wall, and a couple of these walls we might have to replace it. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll leave one of the walls out. That way they can run on the ship, and I'll spike trap the whole ship pretty much. Like I'll put one here for the blood moon zombies. And as you can see, I already got two hanging off the back side. That way if they run around the back, to get you, because there's certain spots we're going to be standing. And I usually put some spikes out in here, in the middle of the boat, all the way across. And I leave one side open, that way they can travel through if need be. Right here, for instance. And then what I do is I'll put another wall on this side. Because they usually flood on the ship sometimes. Blood moon zombies, I mean, usually flood the ship, like certain times. But yeah, I trap it all out, like. And then there's one other thing pretty much that I do on this ship before I go on to retrap, and I do the ceiling pieces, which I didn't use this wall here. That was a mistake. But that helps like the big tanky brutes that come in and, you know, try to take you out. Luckily for us, we won't be in a spot where they can really reach us easily if you do it the same way I do it. Like I said, this is just a precaution for most of the zombies that come by and get in here. Because the blood moon zombies kind of flood. They come in on mass abundance, so like a lot of zombies. So it's always good to like get it ready. That way when you do come, you'll get a bunch of kills and cube parts. The blood moon zombies do not drop the vendor tech parts. They only drop the regular zombie stuff, which is cubes. And like wood, brick, bullets, maybe, I don't know, stuff like that. And yes, I do the top though, it's like, you know, you don't normally get up here, I just do it to be safe. Because I don't like to leave it, I don't like to leave any side without traps. That's just how I am, I got OCD, it's weird, I know. Basically now, what you want to do is, you want to come up here, and you want to lay out another floor on top, a ceiling if you will. And you want to put that along the whole side, and you can even put it on this side too. Just because it makes it easier to get your footing, plus it doesn't hurt to have the extra side of spikes for like if zombies come on the side underneath. what I do is I spike the whole top and bottom, like I said. And you'll see the relevance of that in a minute, of why I do that. Comes in handy, it really does. Trap all these. Make sure you don't miss anything. I mean, you don't have to do the tops, but definitely do the bottom. Like under here and stuff. Because this is where it helps a lot and gets beneficial to you. Just the underside. And I mean, you can put poison darts on the back side of these, on the wall side over there. But normally what I do is I put spikes because I don't really leave too much scaffolding on the side for them to run anyways. And mostly where I stand, they don't really come too far out the side. But if I do have to run around and like, kind of like readjust myself when they're following me, it's good to have an extra set of traps to hit them. In case you get a bunch of boots and all that. Alright, so after you got that all set up, you want to get back on top here. And you want to put the ceiling pieces out this way, like you did on the bottom. You want to glitch the, well, not glitch, but you know what I mean. You kind of want to finagle the piece out further than what it goes for the builder mode. See, those are the type of brutes that are annoying. They got so much health, but they're worth killing usually, you know. They drop a pretty good amount of coins and like, stuff, I think. Or at least keys or whatever. I forget what they drop exactly, but I mean, I know whatever it is, it's usually not that bad. I mean, it could be worse, that's for sure. As you can see, it doesn't quite reach them on the roof, like, for them to jump on it. But at the same time, like, you definitely want to try to take out these lobbers because they will damage the floor trying to hit you. And it will ruin the traps and stuff if they hit it too much. So it just makes it 10 times easier to just kind of kill them along the way. Plus it gives you extra mechanical parts, so it's kind of win-win. Like I said, it could take a while before the floor piece actually sets because of the way you have to do it. Just try not to get frustrated with it if it does give you a hard time, because it can be annoying at first until you get the hang of it. The most important part to lay these is the ship side, like over on the other side, the right side, not this side. But this side doesn't really hurt, like I said, to put them. So I mean, take for that what you will and do it your way, you know. Just kind of do it how you feel is fit. It doesn't hurt no matter which way you do it, to be honest. But sometimes zombies do run on the side to try to get you, and it's good to have them spiked out because it will kill them as well and give you stuff for it. See? See, they already broke this piece. I don't know how. I mean, none of them really came through unless they jumped over the railing and made it, but it's whatever. It's not the end of the world either. It's pretty decent. See, to put that there, when they come over here and the floor pieces and they get, it kills them off, which makes it so much easier. Alright, so come over to this side. Make sure I heal this floor. I don't want to fall through this thing when the zombies are like hitting it. Alright, we're going to continue to put our traps out. And yes, if you angle it the right way, you can put that second trap out on this right here from the way back wall over here like I'm doing. Which makes it a lot easier because that's the only place you can go from. You just kind of got to find the right angles to place them and stuff. Like, once you get familiar with like the right angles and all that, it makes it so much easier, you know? Because then you start to get the hang of it and you can just kind of go through it quickly, if you will. Oh, I didn't put the other ones out this side yet. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to line up with this, the railing, and place the other floor piece out like we did on the other side. And yes, I do this a lot. That's how come I can get it pretty good without having to go through it 100 times like that. When a blood moon happens, most of them will jump off this little corner right here and try to go down there to get you. So with the floor piece being there, they all run over here on the ship instead, and that's why I have the spike traps on the ship doing what they're doing. You may think it's overkill now, but once you see that blood moon, you'll be thanking it. Trust me on that. Come on, work. See, this is what will happen sometimes to you guys when you first start trying to put the floor piece. It takes a while. You just have to find the right angle and move your cursor a little bit up or down to get it to place. And just, you gotta spam the button at the right time to get it. Just gotta kind of keep tapping that floor piece. Why is it not doing it? That's kind of weird. Should have placed by now. Oh man. This is the nightmare aspect of it that kind of gets you frustrated when you can't get it, you know? You just kind of gotta have patience, like I said, and hit it just right. It does take a while sometimes, like I said before, when you're first doing it. So don't get discouraged from doing it or give up or anything. It does take some time, but the more you practice it, the more you try to do it, the more you'll get it down, more or less. And usually I'll add one more floor piece right here. Even though it's not lined up with the railing, it's good to have, just so that way the zombies don't fall off if they run over here to get you. Now what we want to do is, we actually want to get back on top. And actually I'm just going to add one more here because I have like OCD with the uneven stuff, and I don't know, I just hate not having even stuff, you know. It drives me nuts. So when we go up here, we're going to trap out these on top. Well, I'm going to trap out these on top. You don't have to trap the top of these, like I said. I just do it to be safe. Because zombies do some wonky things sometimes, so you can never really tell if they're going to hop over or not. Like, or sometimes they glitch into some weird spots, as you could see before when they were coming through some wall. So you never know if they're going to come on here somehow from the rooftop over there or what. Because it's kind of close-ish in a way. But it's still gapped enough where they can't. So what you want to do now is do the same thing you did at first on the bottom. You're going to line up with the edge of the railing right here. And we're going to come into where we can build right against here. Or you can go on the inside and put the walls easier. If you do it on this side, you can just aim down and put the walls like I was doing right against it. Or if you don't want to have to deal with that, you can just kind of go on the back side over here and run along and place them. It makes it easier so you don't have to worry about coming out of building mode when you do it. I just go all the way down with it, like I said. There's no reason to really bring it down this way, as none of the zombies really spawn up here too much. I mean, the house too is not really needed for the house. So pretty much like, alright, if you really want to be doing it the right way, the one that goes right up to the house should be the last one you put. Because you don't need these, to be honest. No zombies spawn in the second floor of this house over here. If you look, it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like background dropped inside. And yes, the roosters can be used alternatively when you have a broken chest, although it does disappear and take a long time to come back. Each ship has one. It doesn't do anything insane, it's just pretty much the same thing as hitting the main chest. Now what you want to do is you want to poison dart these on top. Plus this coin stop glitching me from putting crap down, and makes it easier. Too many coins kind of like let you out when I spam the button. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Now what you'll see is these traps will hit the zombies on the roof. On that little... Basically all you need these traps up top for is for this little scaffolding right here. They'll hit anything that follows you along the way over here. Like if you look, they'll follow you when you move left and right. And then poison darts will hit them all the way across. Now I'm gonna look at my parts that I have, see how many I got for now, just from setting this up. $243. Look at the difference. I think I started with 50 some odd parts or something like that. Now I'm pretty much 200 parts up almost. I think that's pretty decent, especially for not killing too many zombies by gun. You don't really have to set up the backside of these because, like I said, nothing really comes up here anyways. But if you want to be safe, you can set it up. But it's not anything to worry about. Now, for like where I usually AFK and set up my AFK, well, not AFK, but like my little safety net, I put a trap here, and I put a trap here, here, here. No, not there. Actually, yeah, no, I do it there. I don't really do it this wide of an area, to be honest with you. I kind of like come one square back, like over here. This is how I pretty much do it. I put it right here, and I use this side. And I take out, I don't use these walls. I don't know why I put these walls. It gives you a little bit bigger of an area. It doesn't hurt to use it like that too. You can kind of choose whatever best suits you, you know. Either way, it doesn't matter how you set it up, as long as it's, you know, as long as it covers you and you don't have to worry about getting hit. Now, you can buy the sleek mechanical parts from this right here, the wood, metal, and brick. But you want to be careful, because if you look, you see how it says use vending machine? And then if you turn it says interact. If you accidentally click on the one that says use vending machine, it takes 1k of steel away from you. And for the 1k of steel, you only get one sleek mechanical part, which is a big ripoff. But if you use interact, it takes a little bit of each of your mats, as you can see, and it gives you 20 of the sleeves, which is way better of a deal. So you always want to go for the interact, not the use vending machine. And then over here, you still use the time machine right from here. So if you want to get a blood moon going, it's not that hard to do. You can just do it from right here. I also do put a ceiling above me on this one side. That way I can come up here like this. And I can build kind of like an AFK base. Like if I do. This is how I usually build my AFK base. I set one up here. Two. And mind you, you have to keep in mind how far we already are up. We're up one layer, 2 layers. So with 2 layers that makes 3, 4, and usually I go up like, per se 5. And then make a little floor platform. And what I do is I usually come over here. And I'll usually make the AFK right in the area where you can't really build. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't have to come 5 up, by the way. You can do it with 4 up, 3 up. As long as you're not like too close to the ground, they shouldn't really bother you, like the lobas and stuff. But I do 5 because it's kind of like high up enough to where nothing's gonna really bother you. You just want to wall it in and put a roof. The whole way down except for the last piece, because I put 10 tiles up here that we have 1 piece for a floor outside of the box. You want to leave yourself a little bit of a floor outside of the box, because what you want to do is you want to make the box go around to the side. That way, because the last piece of your box is going to have the bounce pads, and if you don't want to break the bounce pads and you want to keep coming in and out of your box, you want to have a little bit of a floor piece on the side over here. That way you don't have to ruin it. Then you can just come out of one of the boxes. Like, I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So basically, you set this up. Now we got the 9 box. And then what we want to do is, we want to go stairs all the way down the 9 boxes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And basically the same thing as my other video that I use. You just want to get your speed pad and put it that way. And you want to stand against the wall area over here when you put these, because if you come too far out, you won't be able to place them because of the build. And then when you put the speed pads, you go 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is halfway. And on the 5th one, you want to put your chipper, which is your ice track. You can also use bounce pads instead of the speed pads as well. Although, you put the bounce pads on the end walls, not the ramps. But yeah, I mean, pretty simple way. You can AFK for parts instead of doing blood moons if you really don't want to do blood moon aspect yet, or if you don't have the parts to do it. As you can see, the traps take a bit. Usually I will put my base, put it on like 4th floor, like 3rd sometimes. Like, you just gotta find out where it's beneficial to you, where you'll get the most parts as you go into a box and like go back and forth. If you run back and forth, and like, alright, if you build like a floor up on 2nd floor or 3rd floor, and you just run back and forth in the area where you want to make your AFK box, if you start getting a lot of yeah, wow. If you start getting a lot of huge shards, that's what I was trying to say, then you know that you're triggering swamping, because cube shards will come every time a zombie dies. And if it's like cube shards and then you go a SWAT and then another cube shard like a bunch of times, you know that it's spawning zombies frequently, and that's the way you can find them. Now, if you want to leave your AFK box and you don't want to break it down, all you gotta do is really put a wall right before the speed pad as you're coming through. And you can just edit a door and just, you know, hop out. But you want to be careful, because if you leave a door in when you're doing back and forth, the door will mess you up and it will push you or stop you sometimes. So you don't really want to keep a door in. You want to take the door out every time you're gonna AFK in a box. But what I like to do is I come over here at some points and I'll trigger the blood moon and I'll go in the AFK box and go back and forth. And it'll give me a bunch of cube shards. Although they don't give you mechanical parts, they do give you cube shards and XPs until it's capped. The XP cap, I mean. And by the XP cap, I mean the blood moon XP cap. But as you can see, I went from like 247 to 323. It keeps going up fairly well. I mean, you can't really do too much over here because there's no building. So the only option is to build in the areas you can, like here. The way I did it. Or pretty much go farm them yourself by killing them, which you can't really AFK. This at least you're able to AFK. There is one more spot that's pretty not viable to farm, but pretty trappable, I should say. And that's the backside over there. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Damn, bro, throwing 90-mile-per-hour fastballs at me and stuff. Calm yourself. But yeah, dude, you can't really build where the building is, as you can see, like. But if you go far enough back over here, just build up a bit more. And pretty much what you can do is come over to this side. If you don't want to do the AFK time on that side and you want to actually farm stuff, you come on this side too. And as you see, zombies will come through the door and come over here. But you can trap it out like this. And pretty much you can go wall, ceiling. No, not wall there. I didn't mean to put that wall. This wall. You can do wall. So you can do that. Come on, stop interacting with the chest and put. It's doing everything but what I wanted to do. Oh man. That's not what I tried to do at all. And with this, you can also do that little thing I was doing before with the extra piece out, and you can kind of put it over here, and then you can trap it through the little area over here if you do it just right. And what that does is when the zombies come through the door, it will come down and hit them. And by is to set that up if you wanted to. It's right behind the metal factory, which from the ship is literally when you come out right here in this little area. This is where you can buy metal and you can also heal yourself in the ooze. How is there a wolf in the ooze factory? What the hell? Alright, this dude gotta go. I don't want a pet. So, as anybody knows, when you get a wolf, it's annoying to get rid of them sometimes. So, you just kind of go like that. I mean, I didn't mean to jump off the edge, clearly. I was gonna kind of go back on it. It was ill timing on my part, but that's alright. Not the end of the world. I lost like 800 cube shards, but that's alright. But if you have like a jetpack or something, when you jump off the wolf, you can kind of like save yourself. Usually I do it without having any like safety harness. I just kind of jump off and like catch myself back on at the last second. It's not the end of the world though, because I mean, you don't really need to know that unless you accidentally jump on a pet. Or if you have a pet that you don't really want. Now, there's one thing I didn't do yet on the AFK farm side, and I'll show you what that is. That one little floor piece I didn't put in yet, which is why they haven't really been going over to the ship. But before I do anything, I'm going to check my mechanical parts to show you what I have already. Just to get an accurate number count. 9. We got 349. Now, what we're going to do is this. I'm going to come over here. Don't let these fall because that's going to be make sure you kill the lava, that way it doesn't ruin the thing on you. If you're far away from the lava when you're AFKing, they won't really hit your spike traps. They'll try to run into it to get close to you to hit you first, and then they'll start damaging the traps if they don't have anything hitting them yet. But because you put traps out over here, chances are they won't make it that far to you. See, now if we put this, they come in. Oh, they're supposed to come in. I don't know why that isn't coming in. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's stopping that. Ooh, usually it comes right in. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this wall piece back up. Now pretty much like, as you can see, I took out that blue. I mean, blue has a lot of health and it's like a tank, but it's not that bad. Has a fairly decent amount of health. And I took it out pretty fairly quick. But yeah, like when there's a blood moon, they all rush to this corner when you're standing up there where that little time machine is. And most of them, when they flood over here, they'll jump into each other and they'll jump off trying to get you and they'll land down there and die. So it's kind of a waste because you don't get really loot from that or anything. So with that little setup right there, it'll stop most of them from jumping over the edge. And they'll make it onto the ship pretty much instead. And you'll get pretty much loot for it, you know, simple as that. It's literally as easy as that. Now what you can do is, if you want, you know, you can go AFK farm for a bit, even though you're not, like I said, you're not going to get an abundance of stuff, like if you were farming cube shards. Obviously cube shards you get by the thousands and 100,000s and stuff if you do it right. But with the vendor tech mechanical parts, when you AFK them, there's never going to be thousands like that, like with the AFK spawns. Pretty much all it's going to be is like what we're getting now, depending on how much spawns anyways. You can hear the traps going off. Like I said, the dark traps, they take a while to kill stuff because it's not as strong as the spike traps, but they have the benefit. Basically, the con of a dark trap is they hit weak numbers, but the pros of it is they do damage over time, and they hit from distance. Now, as you can see, you can just AFK and grind out parts, you know, in cubes. Or, what I like to do when I get parts in cubes and I have enough already for the mechanical parts and all that, is I like to, hold on, let me get out of the spot. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's the problem sometimes. You get frozen feet and you'll go flying off the edges and stuff because they slide. So you kind of want to leave yourself a little bit of a platform for room. or at least down below. Make sure there's a platform so that way you fall off, you land at least, and you don't die. Because if you die, you'll lose all your cubes. Now you can, if you want to chance it, and you feel like you're good enough at the game and you're not gonna die, you can turn on nightmare mode before you kind of AFK the farm, and it'll give you income every 30 seconds instead of a minute. But if you die with nightmare mode on, you will drop your weapons where you die, and usually most of the weapons will fall off the map and you'll lose them, so it's kind of a pain. But yeah, now basically what I do is, this used to be the AFK spot I stood, by the way, is in here. I used to not really build the box and slide. I used to just kind of hide in this corner, which below you, right where this railing is, this is the end of the ship. So this half sticks off the back, and pretty much below you, the zombies will try to flood to hit you, especially in Blood Moon. So they'll get spike trapped from below and die, but it will also lure them in, making it pretty much easier to farm it. But that actually respawns them over and over and over, and it helps because the more you respawn them, the more zombies you can actually kill from the spike traps and stuff. I mean, it ain't gonna keep respawning them like unlimitedly at once, so there's like a bunch at once, but when they die, it'll make it spawn again, is what I'm trying to say. Now with the Blood Moon, you have a 16% chance to get one triggered randomly, not from the time machine, just regularly, normally in the game doing nothing. With the time machine, it's a 3% chance every time you click it to get a Blood Moon. But what it does is it also gives you income, the income you earn every minute and every second that you hit the button. Like watch, if you press the button, see how I get my money, bank money collected and cube shard bonus. Because I prestiged, it's a low number right now, because I haven't upgraded everything again yet, or the vaults. But as you can see, you just, if you got enough parrots and you want to kind of grind out cube shards and get Blood Moons, you just kind of keep hitting this until you get a Blood Moon. It takes away, I think, 5 parts per thing, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, I'll figure it out. So, I just hit it quite a number of times. I wonder how many parts I have left. I got 361. Alright, 361. I use it once. Now we got what? Yeah, okay, so 5 parts. I was right. Alright, so it's 5 parts per use, which isn't too bad. I mean, the only thing that sucks is sometimes the Blood Moon takes forever. But basically, you don't want to spam the button like non-stop. You want to give it a chance to breathe, and then just kind of like hit it again. Because I find out, I know like it shouldn't mess with the odds or make it weird in any way or change anything. But I feel like sometimes when I don't spam it over and over and over right away, I feel like I get the Blood Moon a little bit more frequently or easier. I mean, that's just my opinion, that's just how I feel. I know it's not set in stone, or like, I know that's not a written rule of how the Blood Moon works, but it's just what I do myself because, you know, it's kind of like how people are superstitious and do stuff that don't make sense sometimes, or don't make sense to you, or something that you feel is not necessary. That's just kind of my thing, as weird as it may sound. And yes, I am live streaming this at the time, so the video that gets uploaded, I won't be able to edit it really. So it's going to be raw footage of pretty much how I made it and everything that happened along the way, with nothing cut out. So I apologize in advance if it is kind of a long video. You can just kind of like skip through it if need be, if you don't want to, if you already like know a part or like don't want to deal with it or whatever. They're gonna call me a liar and not give me a Blood Moon now, what? That's insane. I got 113 parts. See how fast they go? Like, that's crazy. You don't need the Blood Moons, but it's just the only reason why you get Blood Moon. See, now I got it. The only reason why you get Blood Moon is pretty much to get abundance of XP and cube shards. But the XP, I believe, like, when you kill so many Blood Moon zombies, it caps out and it doesn't give you any more from the Blood Moon. like you'll still get cube shards and like stuff like that, but you won't get the actual XP, like the abundance of it, like crazily from it after a cat. But pretty much what you want to do is like once it triggers, just come back to your box and slide. As you can see, I'm still gaining my parts and shards, passively. Give it a blood moon around 10 seconds to start it, and you'll see what I'm talking about by the opinions of shards. You get crazy shards from this blood moon. Like more shards than I even know what they're doing sometimes because it moves out. See, look at that. Also, a rule of thumb tip is your time travel machine. Basically, like there's a theory that your shadow shards, if you spend them and convert them to gold, the 2k gold per shadow shard or whatever it is in that big bank, the final bank, in like, well, not the final bank, but one of the final banks that are in the lava zone, on the corner of the map. A lot of people say that you waste them if you convert them to gold, that you should just use them on a time machine. But there's a rule of thumb to that, sorry. Basically, if your income per minute is 1 mil or over, it's beneficial to use the time machine and use your shell shards and gold to buy metal, and just kind of use your materials, your wood, metal, and brick to get sleek mechanical parts, and use the time machine over and over and over because you'll benefit from getting 1 mil plus per minute in the time machine. But if it's less than 1 mil, you're better off just changing your shadow shards into gold and using the gold to get sunbeam pretty much. And then upgrading with the sunbeam or whatever until you get your upgrades. Basically, I don't really farm the time machine until I'm fully upgraded. But that's just me. That's my opinion. But it is kind of like proven that if it's less than 1 mil that you're not going to be making as much as you would that if you turn them into gold. But you can use the time machine as well, not for the currency, but to spawn the blood moon like I did. Although sometimes it can eat through your mechanical parts, as you saw. Now as you saw, I lost a lot of my parts, they were pretty much clean. Now I'm back at like 130, 132. You see how they're just going up slowly? I just got over 1k shards, 1k parts just from pretty much that one blood moon. Like, it's insane, like the shards are real, like, it's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, like I said, I noticed that no one really made a guide on farming Steampunk City, so I just kind of wanted to make one to help people out, because a lot of people have been asking, or like wondering how to actually farm it. And I've seen a lot of people doing like parts to this farm, but not like exactly as much as it could be. So I really wanted to help out and just, kind of a video tutorial to like give people a little bit of a heads up, a little bit of routines, a little bit of step ahead. But yeah, no, I mean, pretty much that's it. That's all there is to it, But yeah, no, like, if you have any questions or wonder or tips or anything, if you want tips, just leave a comment or ask, and I'll try to help as much as I can and get back to you. Other than that, there's not much more to really say too much on here. So, with that being said and stuff, I'm gonna probably go ahead and end the video here. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all have a good day. Peace.